See, this is actually really impressive. The fact that it can apply enough pressure to pull the grape off, but not too much to squish the grape, is incredible.
And it plays with Legos.
It's precise enough to do that. I can play video games.
I bet it's great at that.
See, it like knows how much pressure to use for things. It can grab Funyuns out of a bag without cracking them.
Wow.
It can plug itself in.
Whoa.
Wow. So that's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
This is just a new release too, so the robots now are getting really advanced to the point where it's kind of a lot scarier than before when they used to just talk about this stuff.
What could go wrong?
A lot could go wrong. I mean, here, I have a question here. The human hand was one of the biggest limitations in robotics, but now that a robot can use almost every object and tool designed for us humans, what is actually left stopping them from doing nearly any physical job?
Yeah.
Because
well, I think on construction sites, there's a lot of times there's obstacles and things, everything's not nice and neat. It can be a little chaotic. And I think that's probably one of the last jobs that will be gone is construction, not the tilt up kind of construction. That'll be really easy probably, but just the random carpentry and that kind of construction.
it almost seems like that is far closer than we once thought, though. Because I remember you'd always say that. You'd always say, like, oh, construction's a great line to be in.
Yeah.
And it's not going to be taken so soon. But now if they're building robots that are effectively designed like humans, then they can fit into human scenarios the way that we do and use human tools. And it seems like even construction now is going to be gone very soon. Like, why would a company not just buy a bunch of robots and never have to pay for human labor again? It's like a one-time cost, and then it's just all profit from there.
It was surprising how the dexterity of that thing. I mean, did you see where like the fingers went backwards?
Back
it was
ours.
like it was more. I mean, it could do more than people.
Yeah. So it's like it's designed in the way that humans are designed, but then on top of that, it can push the limits that we wouldn't be able to.
Yeah.
And I'm sure they're already much stronger than us as well. So
guy was hitting it with a hammer.
Yeah, and he was
Trying to make it mad, I guess. I don't know.
I think it was just. I hope he told him beforehand what was going to happen.
Yeah.
Otherwise, the robot might get mad and just grab him by the throat.
Oh, man. That would not be good.
No, it would not be good. But it's actually it raises the question that if they can already do stuff like that, it's got to be only years away from taking construction jobs as well. And if AI is so much smarter than us, it's just going to be less time than that to take office jobs, and it's what jobs are going to be left for us.
Right. I don't know.
That's
Sitting
a scary
here
thought.
talking about it, maybe that's what it is.
Maybe. But I was even listening last night to I don't know if it was recent, but it was from Elon Musk, and I think he was on the Joe Rogan podcast, and he was talking about how later there's not going to be really phones the same way that there are today, and it's just going to be an AI agent that is interacting with a screen that you have, and then with like its source information coming from a computer somewhere else or whatever, and it'll just be able to generate anything that you ever want. So it's like it will know you better than you know yourself, and then it'll understand, oh, let's just show him this today. So like even stuff like this might be gone in a couple of years. Elon said 5 or 6 years. I don't think it's that close. I think he's usually pretty off on his time estimates, but he's right on his the actual conclusion of where things are headed.
Yeah. I thought he was kind of conservative. Things have happened pretty quickly.
Yeah, but not. I think the questions that have been asked towards him of like the life-changing things, most of them haven't occurred yet.
Yeah.
And I feel like even 5 years ago, we were saying, "Oh, like AI is going to be completely taking over in 5
Well,
years."
there's people right now that don't have jobs because of AI.
Yeah,
And so it's happening. To them, it's here. It's already here.
for me, it's honestly terrifying because
Yeah.
I have to grow up in this and I have to figure out a way to make money. But how am I going to make money if nobody's going to hire me? Because why would anybody hire you? Because you need to get a job
Yeah.
that AI can do better, and they could just pay a one-time fee for it. Especially if they're creating robots at like unbelievable scales, and it's like maybe the price of a car. Why would you not buy a car instead of a human labor that you'd have to repeatedly pay
Right.
over and over and over again?
Yeah, I think people kind of jobs maybe are the last thing that, and I could see a whole renaissance of things that people want that are personalized. People kind of, I want a piece of furniture that's built by hand or whatever. I kind of see, because there's some kind of impersonalness of what's going on.
Yeah.
Although I did talk to an AI agent on for
SpaceX, right?
space. No, it was for the
For the internet, Starlink.
Starlink, and she was great. She
Why are you saying she?
well, it was she.
It was great.
Well, it was a woman's voice, right? And she was so accommodating, so pleasant, answered she knew everything. And it was like, customer service experience generally is a lot of times it's hit and miss. This was like the best experience ever with that. And so I don't know. Maybe we won't miss the personal touch.
Honestly, I think you might have things backwards in the way that you think that physical jobs might be the last to go. They might be the first to go. Because think about how AI works today. If you ask it a bunch of questions, like inevitably it's going to get something very wrong. It's going to get something very wrong.
Yeah.
But if you program a robot to act in a certain way and it's already like, oh, why, like it works good enough to replace a human, then that could be gone far before someone trusts it, like dealing with data or like programming something where it could make a huge mistake on a system that would be catastrophic. So people might trust it in physical jobs way more and way sooner than it would trust it with its financing or its programming skills.
Well, I've used it on the job for development purposes when there is some type of technology that has to talk to another one, and I need to find out, okay, what's the best interface for this? How do I do this? Mm-hmm. And it inevitably gets it wrong the first time. It apologizes for it generally, and sometimes it's like 3 or 4 times before it gets it right. Mm-hmm. But I'm there kind of
monitoring.
Yeah, making sure that everything's happening right. If you send it out to build a house, that's almost like more serious. If it gets something wrong, it maybe there was supposed to be some kind of load-bearing wall or something that wasn't there. I don't know what, but it seems like that would be more catastrophic.
I feel like it would be the opposite, because if you're running a huge business or a program that is making you so much money, then it could catastrophically change that on the back end of things.
That's true.
And like I would trust that far less than, and plus it would probably be the same way that you monitor your AI in your workplace now.
A real person is there?
Yeah, a real person's there just making sure it's not doing something stupid.
Yeah. Which they do sometimes.
Yeah.